Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode here on ESGNet, and this is the Green Bay Packers franchise. This is episode 5 of Packer Talk, as we're going to sit here and talk about some Packers and what they've done here so far here coming up in the upcoming playoffs here, as the regular season is over with and they went undefeated 16-0 for the season, and now have their sights now on that Vince Lombardi trophy here coming up here in just 4 weeks. So before they even do that, they got a lot of football still to go, as they have the divisional round here actually coming up. Actually, first before that, it's got the wild card round, and we'll show you guys stats and numbers from that game, from those games there. But we'll take a look here at the last game the Packers played there at week 17. Their final score 24-12, and there you see the Packers win that one, and of course undefeated there. And now move on here with a perfect record here in the season as a 16-0 team. So congratulations there to the Green Bay Packers, Coach McCarthy, Aaron Rodgers, and everyone else on that staff. So there you see 54 penalty yards there for the Green Bay Packers there, which honestly you would think that would help the Vikings there in the ball game, but the Vikings had shortcomings there of their own, as AP fumbled 2 balls there, and both times they were when they had the momentum in their favor. So Aaron Rodgers, there you see his numbers there in that ball game: 316 yards, 2 touchdowns with 1 interception. Hill had 1 interception for 241 yards there, completing 54% of his passes there in the game. Sean Hill been a great utilized backup there, as Teddy Bridgewater's out for the season, and did a great job there. There you see Adrian Peterson there dropping those 2 fumbles there, and that's what really kind of hurt them in that ball game. Richard Rodgers there had a great game, 125 yards for 6 receptions with 1 touchdown there for him, as he had the only touchdown in the game there. For actually him and Montgomery had the only touchdowns there in the game for the Green Bay Packers. So you see here on defensive now, take a look here. Anthony Barr, of course, had those 2 tackles for loss there, had that sack there on Rodgers there early in the ball game, and we'll take here Xavier Rhodes had that interception there on Rodgers. Along here you see Burnett had an interception which closed the game down towards the end there. It's the Vikings are trying to make a push there and try to put something on the board there before the end of the game. So Green Bay Packers now move on to a divisional round here, and we'll see who they'll play here as they get the first round bye coming up here, as they have the wild card round here as the first round of the playoffs start here. We'll see Aaron Rodgers' numbers. You see 473 yards, 4,793 yards, I'm trying to say. There you see 39 touchdowns with 15 interceptions there for the season. Completed 61% of his passes there, going 283 out of 459 passes. Lacey, there you see 1,330 yards there for him, 18 touchdowns there for his rushing year. Starks 144 yards with 4 touchdowns, and John Kuhn 48 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. And as I've been told by the coaching staff, Kuhn will be a big factor here coming up in the playoffs here in the divisional round when they play in the divisional round against, well, you'll find out here soon who they'll be playing against. But there you see James Starks, and there are his rushing numbers there for the season and what he has done. He had a great year there, and just recently re-signed a contract with the team there. So he'll be with them next season there, and possibly could be, rumor has it, could be the starting halfback there, as there's rumors saying that Eddie Lacy could be possibly be traded there after the season ends here. So that is something we'll have to look into as we get closer to the off season. Green Bay Packers, there you see John Kuhn, like I said, being said going to be utilized a lot more here when it comes to short yardage here in the playoffs there, as they want to not put so much wear and tear on Lacey. Randall Cobb, there you see 1,361 yards with 15 touchdowns there. Nice job there for him, as he was just pretty much a go-to guy for Aaron Rodgers here, as Aaron Rodgers. Not an off year for Aaron Rodgers when it comes to passing, but nonetheless, he didn't have this guy that he likes to throw to quite often besides of Cobb, and that being Jordy Nelson, of course, out because of the injury. And looks of him coming back for the playoffs don't look too good, as a lot of the coaching staff and the training staff say they want to hold him back and keep him back for next season. So we'll have to see if he'll make an appearance in the playoffs here coming up. Richard Rodgers, there you see 1,197 yards there for him. He had 6 touchdowns there, and he was a big factor there when it came to third downs and the play action schemes there that they had drawn up for him. Great job of going up the middle and able to jump up high enough to get those catches, just like he was in real life there, and that big Lions victory there back in a couple, I can't remember exactly what week it was, but that big just a Hail Mary play that they had there in the regular season here. And you see Devontae Adams there, great year for him, 794 yards, 11 touchdowns for him. He was another one that was just one of those receivers there who were just wish we could have seen Rodgers throw to more often. Ty Montgomery, the rookie there, 2 touchdowns for him. He got his second touchdown there just in that last episode there. And there you see his numbers there, 87 receptions of 87 yards. And he is going to be used a lot more in the playbook here coming in the going to the playoffs here and into the near future. Now as we take a look here, we'll see that there's the Corliss. Not much of a factor this year, but did step up quite a few times there when it comes to the short passing game there as another tight end, as a backup there to Richards. Or I should say Rodgers, excuse me. Now we'll continue here and seeing some more numbers here for the receivers here and whatnot before we move on here. Take a look at the blocking and of course the offensive line doing a great job here this season, but at times could have did a lot better as they were able to just keep Rodgers upright for a lot of times and be able to make sure that Rodgers had an open pocket there so he could be able to throw the team or throw touchdown passes to his wide receivers there and make sure that everything was all okay. And of course, the offensive line was being looked at quite often here this season, and a few times they're kind of questionable, but for the most part, got their problems situated there and taken care of. Now, one thing that the Packers are going to be looking at during the offseason, or actually coming into the playoffs and preparing themselves for the offseason, is the defense, mainly in the secondary there, as you got Clayton Dixon there, doing a lot of work this season there, and you see 97 tackles from him, and that's when you'll see so much from a free safety there. But there you see he had 9 interceptions, the most in the league this year from him, and then most from any position there within the league here. So congratulations to him on that. But the secondary is something that the Packers are worried about, as they have at times do have trouble there defending the long pass there, and you got guys like your Drew Breeses and Russell Wilson, stuff like that like to throw down deep because they have the the receivers to do so. That is something that we're going to have to really try to figure out. What is bad. We'll figure out what type of plays we can run to put us in this position here, as we don't have to do so much, do too much maintenance to really, to fix this problem that we have right now until we get to the off season. So there you see here some of the numbers there from the defense, and of course the linebackers and the defensive line doing a great job there at times and doing what they are supposed to do there. And of course that 3-4 look there that the Green Bay Packers have is really did wonders for them, especially with the guys like Perry, Bradford, Peppers, and Matthews all stepping up there in the linebacker position there and taking the ball several times there. Of course, Peppers there taking the ball there, and just a couple weeks ago, and taking it back for a pick six. And a lot of people wouldn't expect that from a veteran like him doing that so late in his career. So we'll take a look here at Casey Hayward, some of the corners there that are been stepping up here, the young guys that have been in the league for about a couple of seasons now. I really stepped up their game here, and I'm going to have to do so here coming up in the second half of this season. So, with that being said, the Green Bay Packers, one thing there we'll be looking at I've already been told by the coaching staff, mainly from the head coach there of Mr. McCarthy there. He says that the team will be focusing on working on corners and safeties here during the offseason, and will have scouted several players there, and they found several players that work in their scheme that they want to have for next season. And that, like I said, that's been a issue they've been wanting to work on all season long here, and something we'll be looking at during the draft. But we'll talk about more about that in future videos here on Packer Talk. So, there you see Sam Shields, the numbers he had. Of course, he had a great season here. A little bit of a slow start there, but finally getting himself together here towards the last 6 or 7 games there, really stepping up his game here, and seeing the Sam Shields that we all know and love here in the Cheesehead Nation. So we'll take a look here at some more stats here as the Green Bay Packers defense looked pretty solid this year for the most part here. I would have to say, out of a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being excellent and 1 being poor, I would have to say it was honestly a good 8.5 for a lot of games there. They really did do a good job. There were several games that they did give up too many points, and that's going to happen when you have the wear and tear of the season, especially when you get to the last 6 or 7 games there. When you started getting to weeks 11 through 17, you start playing more tougher, a tougher schedule. Mainly, you play a lot more divisional teams than you would than compared to the first 10 games. But for the most part, the team defensively knows they have a lot of quirks they have to work on. But for the most part, that is, they say pretty much it's going to be what their focus is on during the offseason and for the draft. Defense at times did look a little shaky there, but in the end did step up and made the right plays when they need to end the ball games with interceptions, fumbles, sacks, and etc. So we'll see here. Micah Hyde, of course, another big prospect there from Iowa, second-year player there, and didn't do so much this year, but next year he is looking like to be a guy that we're going to be focusing on a lot more and getting him prepared, especially for this offseason here, as he's going to be put into a lot of defensive packages here, and also defensive packages mainly in blitzing and just putting pressure on the quarterback. So, looking at some other stats here, some players didn't record any stats this year. Some did, some didn't. And just kind of show you just all the stats there. As if you're a Packers fan, you want to see your favorite player and see what they did this year. This is the opportunity you get the chance to see what they have done. So, coming up here, we'll be taking a look here at the kicking game. There you see Mason Cosby. Now, I will admit, there's been times that Cosby should have better stats than he does. He should be somewhere around the 85-90% area. But that being the reason why is because of there's a few games there which was way of my error of not paying attention where the wind was blowing at and stuff. So 14 of 20 there, 7% of his kicks were good. And there you see the punter there, his numbers there for the season there. And he had not had a great year there, as he didn't punt as much there, as the Packers didn't have to worry about punting situations too much here. Take a look here at the kicking game here, and there you'll see there's the numbers for the kickers there. You see kick returns there. Randall Cobb 934, Montgomery 364. Of course, Cobb having that one running one that he ran back there in early part of the season. And there you see in the punt returns there, you see 279 yards there and punt returns. Now we take a look here at the top players of Week 17, and these are award winners for the defensive offense, or excuse me, for the NFC offense. You got DeMarco Murray there for the Eagles, and for defense, you got Lawrence there for the Cowboys. And the AFC side, the offense, Marcus Mariota there, and his multicolored jerseys win that award there in that for the AFC. Now when it comes to the awards here, you got Aaron Rodgers picking up the MVP for the season there, as he is the NFL MVP league winner there, and he'll take that award home happy with his lovely fiance Olivia Munn. Now taking a look at Coach of the Year there, you see Mike McCarthy taking on the Coach of the Year awards, as he goes 16-0 there, and he's in pretty good company there. You got quite a few guys there, coaches that could have easily won this award this year. You got, of course, Andy Reid of the Kansas City Chiefs, and you got Lewis there of the Bengals, and Chip Kelly, of course, 13-3 there. Not so much good job there in real life for Chip Kelly, but at least in this version of Madden, have a great season there for a Eagles club of such a record. Now we'll take a look here at the Offensive Player of the Year there, and there you see Charles there picking up that one there for the Chiefs. You see Jackson there for the Colts, the Defensive Player of the Year there. I just take a look here. Cushing ran out the top 10 in that category. Take a look here now at the Offensive Rookie of the Year, and Marcus Mariota of the Titans there will pick up that one, as he has a 5-10-1 record for his rookie year here in the NFL. Now moving on to the next category here, being Defensive Rookie of the Year, and Marcus Peters there, a young corner there for the Kansas City Chiefs, picks up that award there for him and his team there. Congratulations to him. And there you see some of the other nominees for that award. Now we move on to Best Quarterback of the Year, and it'll be Tom Brady for the AFC there, as he has a 10-5-1 record there. Tom Brady, of course, one of the elite quarterbacks in the league there, takes upon himself on that award there, and takes this one for the AFC, as you got Andy Dalton, Rivers, and Roethlisberger rounding out the top 5 there for that category. Best running back, of course, Jamal Charles had a lights-out year. Of course, in real life, not so much so, as he had that injury there that took him out for the rest of the season. But in Madden here, he had a great year nonetheless there, and will take home the best running back. As for wide receivers here, you got Josh Gordon, who in real life was not on the field that much, but in Madden, of course, that doesn't affect him, as he had a great year there for the Browns there, and picks up that title for himself for this season. In the offensive line category there, you got a Ravens player there, picked up the award there. Of course, there you see some of Nick Mangold there, and Anthony Castillo, of course, ran out the top 10 there, playing for the Colts. Now we'll take a look at J.J. Watt. He is the best defensive lineman there, as he will pick up that award there, and he will get that one for the Texans there, who had a so-so year there. You see 4-12 there, kind of middle of the road there in the NFC or AFC South. Collins now takes the award there for best linebacker for the Patriots there. Of course, now that's the second Patriots now player taking home an award there for them. And there you see Houston of the Kansas City Chiefs ran out the top 10 when it comes to best linebacker. Now we'll take a look here at the defensive tackles here, and Eric Berry will take home that award after having a great season after coming back from having cancer there, and coming back very quickly from that recovery and doing a great job coming back on the field there and playing at his best. Of course, in real life, he is the comeback player of the award winner there, so congratulations to him on that award. Best kicker here in the AFC is Steven Gostkowski, as another Patriot there. That's the third Patriot now taking home some hardware here, and congratulations to him as Santos rounds out the top 10 there. Of course, a great kicker there for the Kansas City Chiefs there this season for him. Now we'll take a look here on the other side here and take a look at the NFC. You got offensive player of the year here, Drew Brees there, and number 1 Murray, and number 3 there you see Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers may not have the numbers. He had the most passing yards, most touchdowns, but he did have trouble there with the interceptions. And I think honestly, if he didn't have so many interceptions, he would definitely be the guy with the offensive player of the year here for the NFC. Navarro Bowman takes the home award for the defensive side of the game, as he is the defensive player of the year there. As we'll take a look here at the other top 10 guys that have been nominated for that award. Now we'll take a look here on the offensive rookie of the year, and we got Todd Gurley there, a 6-10 Rams team. We're not playing that well this year. Of course, they're in the tough division there. You got the Cardinals, Seahawks, and the 49ers. Rams right there. Do take some good news here as they have Todd Gurley win that award. Eric Rowe, as the Eagles there, 13-3. Chip Kelly is very happy with that defense that he has had all season long there, and played very, very well. And we'll have to see if that defense can play just as well as they did during the regular season. Now going into the going to the playoffs here. There you see DeMarcus Randall there, picking up that, and they're in the top 10 there for that award. Aaron Rodgers, best quarterback there. You see him right behind him is, of course, Drew Brees, Wilson, Ryan, and Romo round out the top 5 there. Eli just squeaking in there, almost getting to the number 5 spot there, but just short of that. And Romo, like I said, rounds out that top 5. So Aaron Rodgers will take home that award there. Hopefully, they will take home the biggest award of the year, that being the Super Vince Lombardi Trophy. There you see Eddie Lacy at number 2 there for the best running back, but he is not the best running back this season, as we'll see here that DeMarco Murray will be the best player of the year, and we'll see here that he is number 1, and Lacy's within the top 5 there. So I can't really, I know I've been ragging on Lacy as of late, but he did kind of underperform some of his abilities here this season. Hopefully, again, that talk of him possibly being trade bait during the offseason, hopefully that's just a rumor, as a lot of fans here are kind of up in the air about Lacy, if they want to keep him here or not. And many are saying that it's kind of best bet if they just keep him. But we'll have to see what the Packers front office will think as we get closer to the draft here, and see what draft picks that we can get possibly for him, or who's going to be coming in the draft there when it comes to the running back position. But Staten will get the award there for best offensive lineman there. You see him, and of course there's two other Packers there in that category within the top 10 there that could easily won that award. Take a look here at the defensive line there, and there you see the Jason Pierre-Paul there rounding out the top 10 there for the defensive lineman. As we'll take a look here and see that pretty good names there for defensive linemen there this year. Bowman again on the award here, and this time he'll win the best linebacker award. So congratulations to him on picking up that award there. His second award here this season here in this postseason here. So congratulations to him. Even though the 49ers not playing that well, kind of middle of the road this year in that division of a 4-12 record. And HaHa Dixon there, you see him right behind him, our fellow Packers there, Hayward and Burnett there, rounding out the top 3 when it comes to best defensive back there. And again, that tells you right there we got a bright future here when it comes to secondary. Just right now, we're just kind of unsure about how this is going to, how the way they've been playing here as of late is going to affect us coming up here in the divisional round. Hopefully, defense will be able to keep themselves together and make sure they don't have the opposition's offense score too much. But we'll take a look here at the best kicker here. Of course, like I said, Mason Cosby not in the running for this, as he just did not have the best year there. And of course, that is my fault. But we'll take a look here at some of the kickers there and some well-known names. Now we'll take a look here at the standings here, and this is something that we all want to look at here. Of course, the best team in the league right now, of course, us, Green Bay Packers, 16-0. Perfect season so far here, at least for the regular season. But we'll have to see that if we can continue that here going into the postseason. So there you see some of the teams there. And of course, the worst team in the league, that if the season ended today and we have the draft, it would be the Buffalo Bills taking the #1 top draft spot here in the NFL draft. Kansas City Chiefs are the best team in the AFC with a 13-3 record there, and we'll have to see what they'll be able to do here coming up, as they'll have a bye week here coming up in the divisional, or have a bye week here in the wildcard round, and we'll see them in the divisional round. We'll see who they'll play when they have to play in the divisional round, just like us. And I believe the Kansas City Chiefs do have home field advantage there throughout the playoffs, so that's going to be very interesting to see how that's going to play out, as that's one of the loudest stadiums, actually the loudest stadium in the NFL. Now you see the 49ers currently the worst team in the NFC, and they are, like again, 4-12 for the year. Now in the AFC North, you see the Steelers, Browns, and Ravens and Browns there. Steelers and Bengals will move on to the next round, and I believe those two teams will be playing each other, I think, in the wildcard round. Colts, there you see them 12-4. There you see Jags 7-9, the Titans 5-10, and the Texans 4-12. Actually, I take that back. Titans are 5-10-1. Patriots 10-5-1. Jets 9-7. Dolphins 8-7, and Bills 2-13-1. If I can spit that out. The Kansas City Chiefs are 13-3, 11-5 for the Chargers, 4-12 for the Broncos, and 4-12 for the Raiders. There, just a disappointing year there, and this could be possibly Peyton Manning's last year with the Broncos, and that's a shame that the team had to go down that way. Packers, there you see 16-0, Vikings 11-5, Lions 8-8, and the Bears 7-9 there. And for a while there, it's kind of wondering how the Vikings are going to play out, because they were winning game after game. But found it to be. I mean, even though we didn't play against Bridgewater, but still we had a great year, great games against both home and away against that team. There you see, now we move on to the NFC East. There you see the Eagles 13-3, 7-9 for the Redskins, Cowboys, and Giants. They're all tied up in that division. And of course, that was just a debauchery this year for that division in real life, as finally the Redskins were able to take that division there and win the division and move on to the playoffs. Seahawks, there you see last standings here of the NFC, and we're looking at the West. There's 7-9 Seahawks, 6-10 Cardinals, Rams 6-10, and the 49ers 4-12. Very disappointing year there in Santa Clara. So, of course, Super Bowl will be played in Santa Clara there, and of course, 49ers won't be able to make it there, but the Green Bay Packers could have a great opportunity to do so. So, take a look here. Bengals at Patriots, Panthers at Saints, Chargers at Steelers, and the Vikings at Seahawks. So we'll see who they will. This is the matchup here, of course, for the wildcard weekend, and we'll see who the Packers will play here. I believe should be the Vikings and Seahawks game that the Packers are going to be looking at, because those are one of those two teams could be the possibility of us playing them, and they will have to come to Lambeau Field to do so. So, I think we're going to go ahead and leave the episode here. I'm not for sure. I can't really remember, but yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be the lineup here. Watch episode 18 of the Green Bay Packers franchise. You guys will learn more about it and about what's going on with the wild card round here. See who we play. There we go. Okay, never mind. There you go. We played the Seattle Seahawks there, 9-7. So that'll be the first game, which will be episode 19 for the Green Bay Packers. So Lambeau Field will be rocking here, as Aaron Rodgers will have to take on the Seattle Seahawks. You got Marshawn Lynch, the Beast, and also Russell Wilson coming in to take on the Green Bay Packers. So it should be a very interesting game. It should be an exciting game nonetheless, and I can't wait for it. So if you guys enjoyed the video here, please leave a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more Green Bay Packers franchise here on ESGNet, as we're over 500 subscribers here on the channel. And again, like I said, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. The links are down below in the description. And that is it for this episode of Packer Talk. We'll have another episode here after the divisional round, and we'll see where we sit at. Are we going to be moving on to the conference championship, or will we be sitting at home watching the conference championship? We'll have to find out and see. That is it for me, you guys. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe and check out more Green Bay Packers franchise here on ESGNet. As always, keep yourselves healthy, and I will see you guys next time.